This is what man is doing. This is a kind of what we call insulting or abusal to the Mother Earth. And we know by just moving the vehicles and machines how much the bad gases are thrown into the air, like the monoxides, carbon monoxides and chlorofluorocarbons, etc. And the air is polluted. And during the pandemic again, how at least many things became pure. I don't say that pandemic is good, right? I don't say that lockdown is good, but still, at least we got a chance to come out of our abusal and see the reality of the world, of the real picture of the life during these days. This is what Mother Earth wanted the Prudu probably in those days to do, it seems. People uncontrollably started doing such a kind of things in those days. Irregularities everywhere, uncontrollable living styles, etc. everywhere. This is what made the Mother Earth to feel painful. And now we know how we are just making the bores, sending the pipes into the earth and extracting the essence of the earth in the form of oils and mines, etc. And how we are damaging the supporting system of this earth, like which mountains, etc., by eliminating them. These are the things what Mother wanted, at least to control them and see that the systems are formed and then come to me. Definitely I do my best in giving the milk. This is what the Mother said. Then the earth asked the king, "Hey my beloved king, nunam taviru dakshina mai kalena bhuyasa tatra yogena drishtena bhavan adatu marhasi." You can really revive the whole system, my beloved king, but be patient and help me also in supporting all of you. This should not be one-way traffic. It should be from both the ends. Do probably show some care to me. I definitely take care of you guys. What should I do? Asked king. Vatsam kalpaya me veera yenaham vatsalat tava dhokshye kshiramayan kaman anurupam cha dohanam. Create something as my cough, and then I definitely give whatever the milk that is needed. I know what type of milk I have to give to what type of living organisms, because all the living creatures are not just depending on only one type of food. There is a different types of things that people need, other creatures need for the sake of survival. So whoever need whatever the type of food they need, I certainly provide. But it is your duty to stop them from atrocities and make them regularized, and then approach me. I am ready to support you. It is then the king really started working on that. There is a beautiful description about the king, how he made the calves from each of the species, and how he brought the vessels for each of those species, because creating calf is important, But bringing the vessel also where they have to draw the milk is also very, very important. What type of vessel also makes a lot of difference. We know the story of tit for tat. What the story is about the crane and a fox. Crane and a fox, right? Probably you must be remembering the story. Crane invited the fox for a lunch, and then she wanted to just do something, and then she brought a big jar and then prepared beautiful soup and asked the fox to take it. How can a fox take from a jar? So the smell, the fragrance from the jar is so sweet. You wanted to really drink or eat whatever is there inside, but it was just going round. Could not get anything out of it, and then simply it got disappointed and then left. And then he thought, I teach you a lesson. And then said, oh, I'm pretty happy by your hospitality, and oh my beloved crane, I invite you also for a beautiful lunch on tomorrow to my home. And the crane also just went to the house of a fox. And there we understand that the fox made another beautiful soup and then put that all in the flat plate, which is very difficult for a crane to get it, right? And then it started just, picking it with the beak, but she could not get anything from that, and ultimately it also learnt a lesson and returned home. So creating a vessel is also very, very important, and making a calf is also very, very important. That should become the calf who is able to take the tradition forward. That is more important. Calf means the tradition of the cow will be carried forward by the calf, because calf becomes again cow, and it's a similar condition, similar traditions will be again continued. So from among every species, such one who will be able to carry forward good traditions should be made as a calf and bring that guy to me. I will definitely yield the milk. This is what the Mother Earth said. I give you just a brief description of a few species and how the Prithu, the great king, created the cows and the vessels, and what is the milk that Mother Earth provided to those species. Because as I said, we think that cow means gives milk, but what about Mother Earth? Just giving one kind of thing, is it suitable for every species on the earth for survival? Even among our human guys, some people are interested in eating rice, some people are interested in eating wheat, some people are interested in eating oats, some people are fruits, many things, right? So whoever are in need of whatever the item should be provided for them for survival. But for a king, it's not just human beings. All the living organisms of that kingdom should be taken care. So Prithu did something for all the species on this earth. That is the beauty. Very, very few examples were given by the great sage Vedavyasa, as it is explained by the great Maitreya to Vidura, and Suta of course explained that to the Saunaka etc. sages in turn. That's what just I'd like to bring to the notice of you people, so that you can understand and appreciate that. First of all, he wanted to take care of human beings, because anything starts from home, right? So Prithu being a man, first he wanted to take care of human beings. What is the real food for human beings? For human beings, it is Sakala Aushadhihi. All the Aushadhis are food for human beings. What does it mean by Aushadhi? Aushadhi is whatever that grows from the earth. It is said in Vedas, Prithivya Aushadhayaha Aushadhibhyonnam Annat Purushaha Sava Esha Purusho Annarasamayaha. It is nicely explained that the man whom we call as Purusha, that man means not only just males, even females also, even women also. But commonly all these are called as Purushas. The meaning is very simple. The body is called Puram. Puram is a city. And Shah, one who dwells in that, who stays in that Puram. And whoever makes this as a better city to live in, keeping it clean, always supporting it with good food and following the sanitation systems, and also observing the personal cleanliness, what people today call as the personal distancing or social distancing, and of course sanitization, keeping the whole thing clean. So these are the common things for human beings, isn't it? So he started from there. And what is the needed for such people? Aushadhis. So Sakala Aushadhihi. What he did is Vatsam Kritva Manam Parnau Aduhat Sakala Aushadhihi. The Prithu, the great king, made one in charge of all the human beings, whose name is Manu. Unfortunately, today people who do not know anything about the scriptures, who do not know anything about what the Manu was and what he did, started throwing so much blame on Manu. But when you understand that we are the children of Manu, that's why we became Manavas. So Manu is our own father, and people who are criticizing Manu are criticizing his own father. Unfortunate guys, they are, right? So Prithu instructed Manu to be the Vatsa, that means to be the calf. Be like a calf before a cow. As the calf always take care of the mother or follows the mother and takes whatever that is needed from mother, and other times uses it for its own growth, not its own decay or for ruination. I think I'd like to mention something here just for all of us to understand. Today we are creating a lot of food, isn't it? By using a lot of fertilizer or by using a lot of cloning systems among the trees, and also hybridizing the plants, etc. And of course we are creating so much out of it, but ultimately it is ruining our own systems, our own body. We always give an example, probably many of our friends might have heard it also. not using fertilizers, with the regular soil, we used to grow potatoes. And those potatoes used to be in this size most of the times. Of course, so much amount of potatoes are being grown in 1 acre of area, and that potato they used to bring back home, cook few things which are needed, and few potatoes they used to put them in the bags, gunny bags, and put them in the attic. They used to be, there lying for almost 6 to 7 months till the next season comes. Then few of them they used to cut and use as a seed. And few things whenever they need, they used to use for food also. They used to stay for that much of the longer days and months together. They never got spoiled. And nowadays, if we bring such a kind of potatoes, and if we do not use them within a week or so, gone. The fungus is formed, bad odor takes place, and again the whole thing is, becomes bad. In those days, they never used to catch fungus. If at all they dry, they used to dry, that's all. But now these won't dry, but they catch the fungus and then bad odor, and that's how they will be spoiled. Now, what I'd like you to understand is, we eat now this much of food and it gives X amount of energy. But in those days when you used to grow only this much, half of that used to be our food, and then we used to feel so much energetic and stamina used to be there. Now in spite of using this much, instantaneous energy will be there and automatically it goes down. The point is, grow normally, it gives you 1 kg, imagine just 1 kg, and gives satiates the hunger of say 10 people, and the same amount of the seed by fertilizer you grow 100 kgs, but that means whatever that is going to be 1 kg, now it is growing to 100 kgs. That means the energy is swollen. It became so big. But after all, you being a man, able to eat only so much to fill your stomach, right? You are able to eat only just 50 grams of the amount. Though it is 1 kg, you are able to eat 50 grams. Though it is 100 kgs, you are able to eat only 50 grams. But the point here is, from that 1 kg, you are able to eat 50 grams, which now became 500 kgs. But you are taking only 50 grams, means your energy is minus 500. You are losing really. That is the reason why we people are today so weak. Our forefathers, like grandfather or his grandfather, they used to walk probably so many miles without any tension, without any pain. They used to work very hard. But now, even to lift a small item, we felt so much painful. We became so delicate. Bodies are becoming so delicate. That is the reason we are becoming victims for even the smaller viruses also. Immunity is lost. So this is a kind of spoiling the stuff. So a person is needed who is able to understand, to preserve that stamina, becomes the leader of that section. Who spoils for the sake of benefit or to show the profit, to gain lot of name, I think never becomes the leader or vatsa of that cow. Imagine that the earth is cow, vatsa is the ruler or the caretaker of the specific section, and whatever the proper energy be used is the vessel, and whatever the food for them is the milk. Prithu made Manu in those days as the calf. That means Manu was the one who understand the nature of the man and made all the rules and regulations as man can live with other man with a kind of understanding and exchanging the things peacefully. Give and take policy. Then only he becomes the real caretaker, isn't it? I mean, who understands the value of what we call that equal right to live, equal right to eat, equal right to dress, equal right to grow. It doesn't mean that I don't work, but I want to enjoy taking the liberty of my equality. There are two people who works 8 hours and gets 100 rupees, but the other guy also having similar qualification and capabilities, but he says, why should I work? I don't want to work. I got my right. I want to enjoy that. But I don't want to use my energy. I never do my duty, but I want to enjoy my right. This is wrong. One works for 8 hours and enjoys X. Another works 8 hours and enjoys is right. But he says, why should I work? I work just for 2 hours, but want to enjoy the similar fruit as the other guy enjoys is wrong. Right? Forgetting his duty, responsibility, I think never becomes a real right. So, those who really work physically, mentally, intellectually, and with good heart, I think probably should be treated properly. And those who are not working like that should be properly treated in a way so that they also can understand their roles and responsibilities and raised to that level. They should be put in such a place where they can understand. In spite of that they won't understand, then they must be punished. Give them everything free, food free, education free, home free, deliver babies free, diet free, everything is free, drink free, everything is free. Why should one work when everything is free? And you don't study free, get married free, deliver babies free? My God, what is this? What are you making the man? How you are making the man? So, what type of consideration is to be provided should be understood by the man, then only he becomes a real ruler. One who cannot understanding and cannot work on that, or intentionally discouraging people from using their abilities, or alluring them with unwanted perks, and spoiling them, making them lazy, is never a right ruler. Manu was a real ruler. So Prithu made Manu as the Vatsa. And the very interesting thing is, what he made the vessel is Panavu. See? vatsam kritva manum panau aduhat sakala aushadhihi. And through the hands he started yielding so many sakala aushadhihi. That means hand is something, an indication to work. Hand indicates working capability. Man should work. And you should use your hands properly. I don't do anything, but I want to get everything. No. That's why he made hands as the vessel. That means use them and work with them in whatever way it is possible, it is needed. And then grow sakala aushadhihi. Whatever the earth is able to provide, grow them all. That is the real milk for that species, for the human beings. And maybe this is out of context to say, but what I would like to say here is, for human beings, aushadhihi is the food. Prithivya aushadhayaha aushadhibhyo annam annat purushaha sava esha purusho narasamayah. Man is supposed to eat aushadhis only, not anything else. Anything else means no birds, not even eggs, no other stuff like meat. For whom then meat? It is also mentioned here. I come to that point also. So, he wanted them, human beings, to grow more food from the soil. So that is a calf is provided, a vessel is provided, and then made him to work, and thus started growing so much food. So wherever it is possible, he said, don't waste the soil. Don't keep any soil unnecessarily for either empty or just for decoration or something like that. Grow food. And people need it. Man needs that. We need to understand, some countries are growing food and wasting it into the ocean. There are many people who are starving of food. Provide to such people. Because Manu is not just contained to only one place. It is for the entire earth. The Pridhu took care of the human beings living all over the world. That is the first thing for human beings. And then tatha pare cha sarvatra saram adadate buddha. Wise people extract good things for the sake of others. Right? So, I don't want to read the slokas, but I'd like to give a brief detail of what, for whom, and how it's created. Here are the details. There are great rishis, because among the human beings, common people are there who are just work and eat and just take some rest and again work, eat and live. This is common man's life. But there are some people who are intellects. They depend upon the tapas, and then they spend their time reading the scriptures or creating the scriptures. They are intellectuals, right? For them also something is to be done. And then he wanted to milk the milk, to draw the milk by himself. He is the one who started sucking the milk, made the Manu as the Vatsa, as the calf, and made the hands as the vessel. And of course, all types of the vegetation was grown by him. And then he made Vasishtha, etc. sages to become what we call them, the person to draw the milk, drawer of the milk, right? We call him a drawer of the milk, the one who draws the milk, who who sucks the milk, right? So one who sucks the milk is needed, and one who becomes the calf is needed, and one vessel is needed, and then what is the real food recommended for them is also to be understood. These are the details, I give you just like a brief, an Excel spreadsheet, right? Just as a brief note. He made all the wise people like Vasishtha, etc. sages, and he made Bruhaspati as the Vatsa to them. That means Bruhaspati is the in charge of those people to see whether those people are using their intelligence in a proper way or not. It should not be abused. It should not be misused. It should not be used to cause damage to others. Having some power and just throwing the curses on others unnecessarily, and just giving boons to people for whom it is not really necessary. So these are the balancing things which those people should take care. So that's why he made Bruhaspati as the calf. And where they have to focus upon, where they have to draw and what? They have to draw knowledge. The source of the knowledge called Veda. Veda is the food for them, is the milk they have to draw. But where? Indriyeshu. They have to draw that in the Indriyas, it seems. Rushayo duduhur devim indriyeshwadha sattama vatsam bruhaspatim kritva payaha chendomayam suchi. They drew the Vedas. That means they are spending their time in preserving the source of the knowledge, the mind of the knowledge, which is called Veda. And how? By controlling their senses, Indriyas. So Indriyas became the vessel, and Bruhaspati became the calf, and Vasishtha, etc. sages are the persons who are drawing the milk. Earth provided that to them. That means on the earth herself, they have to choose the places where they can continue their persuasion for the Vedic knowledge, keeping themselves under control and using their time for that. It's not that they have to stop eating the food, etc. Right? Draw the food, get the food, whatever is needed, and use the rest of the time for preserving the knowledge and increasing the knowledge. That is their duty. Suraganaha, earth is not just supported only by human beings and other living organisms. There are devatas also. When we say the devatas, how can we see them? All these kind of questions come. But keep those questions, they may be answered later. But what we need to understand here is, understand first the species which are there and how they are living. Suraganaha, he made all the devatas as the persons to draw the milk. And what is the calf for them? Who is the leader for them who can run their show? Taking care of the earth also properly, Indra. So he made Indra as the Vatsa, and what are the things needed for those people as the food? Viryam, Ojaha, Balam are the three things needed for Devatas, it seems. What are those three things? One is the Viryam, I mean mental ability. Viryam is mental ability, is what is needed for the forces which are called as Devatas. And then Ojaha. Ojaha is the Indriya Shakti, is called Ojas. That's also needed for Devatas. And Balam, the physical energy, is also needed for those Devatas, it seems. And then what is the vessel for them? Hiranmaye Patre. Hiranmaya Patra is the Manas. They made Manas as the vessel where they have to draw these things. Ishavasya Upanishad says, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham. Hiranmaya Patram is the Manas. So, for Devatas, Manas is very much needed to be under control. If they are under control, then all living creatures will be good. All the Devatas are the powers that are controlling the life in the earth from all corners. But there will be some energies behind which are called Devatas. And the leader for the Devatas is Indra. And what is more important for them is the mental control. And if that is there, then their mental abilities will be growing, and their sensory power will be growing, and the physical ability also will be growing, which is needed for them to support all of us. In Bhagavad Gita 3rd chapter, Lord Krishna says, Devan bhavayata, te deva bhavayantuvaha. You take care of the natural forces which are around, and in turn they support you for you to grow. So we have to grow, they have to grow. They should not disturb our lives, we should not disturb their existence as well.
నాణ్యతకు నమ్మకానికి మారుపేరు సాయి మహేంద్ర ట్రేడర్స్ హోల్సేల్ అండ్ రిటైల్ మరియు కిరాణా జనరల్ స్టోర్. మా వద్ద అన్ని రకాల నిత్యావసర సరుకులు సరసమైన ధరలకే లభించును. స్వచ్ఛమైన నాణ్యమైన బియ్యంతో పాటు అన్ని రకాల సరుకులు హోల్సేల్ ధరలకే రిటైల్ అమ్మకం. అనువైన ధరలలో నాణ్యమైన వస్తువుల కొరకు సంప్రదించండి. సాయి మహేంద్ర ట్రేడర్స్ హోల్సేల్ అండ్ రిటైల్ మరియు కిరాణా జనరల్ స్టోర్. మా అడ్రస్ నాగారం టు కీసరా మెయిన్ రోడ్, రాంపల్లి ఎక్స్ రోడ్. కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్ 9247575485 మరియు 6300322583.